I'm Geki. Welcome to my review of Shadow Throne by Teal Fristos for Nothing Sacred Games. It's a game for 3 to 5 players, plays in about 40 minutes, and it's a card drafting and playing game set in Middle Ages or so. What's interesting about this game is that it uses card drafting, which is very popular in a bunch of games, to integrate it in a new way, a very simple way actually. You draft cards and then you play cards, but the delay between the drafting and the playing is what makes this game different from, saying, Seven Wonders or Among the Stars, etc., etc. Basically what you do is you have 6 cards, you draft them until the 6 cards you have in your hand are not the same that you started with, because you pick one, pass the rest, pick one, pass the rest, until you have accumulated 6 of them. Then you play a battle. A battle consists in 4 rounds of playing cards from your hand. So first of all, you will have more cards than you play, so you have choices. And the way it works is every card has different properties. It has a color, this is green, you also have red and yellow. It has a power, an influence value, and a cost. Some other cards have they produce gold instead of costing anything. So you play cards in front of you, you pay the cost if there is any, you discard the card if you cannot afford it, and you do this 4 times and then you resolve the battle. Basically what happens is the 3 factions are competing in this battle. The yellow one is the church, the blue one is the rebels, and the red one is the empire. And at the end of the battle, so at the end of 4 rounds of playing cards, the faction with the most power, you mark down power on this track while you go up, will win the battle and afford points to players who committed to that faction. Basically, for each character that matches the winning faction that you have in front of you, you will get points. So basically, you have to balance between trying to go all in with your faction, hoping to win the battle for that faction and gain a bunch of points, or trying to jump on the bandwagon of others' faction and trying to get your points. Where the game really comes to life is in the abilities of the cards. Some cards, the lower ones, the ones usually, have no special abilities. They just have a little story, but only the features that I already described. But most of them, especially the most powerful one, the elite and noble cards, will have a bunch of different abilities, like kill all level 1 cards that are played in this wave, meaning they are revealed at the same time. Because this is another interesting thing about the game, you play these cards simultaneously. So the drafting is simultaneous, but also the playing is later on simultaneous. The church tends to convert other people and gain their power for their faction. The blue cards tend to build on each other, so a lot of cards will help other blue cards. And the red cards are generically very powerful, military powerful. So the factions play a little different, although you cannot follow one because you have to make do with whatever you are dealt and drafted. The game plays extremely fast, is extremely easy to teach. So how do I like it? The game is simpler than, say, Seven Wonders. The things that you have to keep track of are far less. There is only one resource, gold. But at the same time, it is different enough that I wouldn't feel that I have to choose between the two, as it was instead the case for me with Seven Wonders and Among the Stars. We played this game and I didn't know the designer or the publisher, so I didn't know what to expect, but the art was good. It's maybe not my favorite style, but the quality of the art is out of discussion. It's very well drawn and it's a proper art. I am not too keen on the graphic design. They could have made the game look better with just more colorful choices, but I think it fits the shadowy and dark theme of the game. There is, for being a card game, there is a surprisingly low amount of pure luck involved. There is some indirect luck, meaning that you can try to guess what other people will be doing, but you have no way to be sure, so you might be lucky in that they misread you and you read them correctly, but that's not really luck, it's more deduction and bluffing. So the game is fun. It doesn't overstay its welcome because it plays in 30 to 35 minutes. For the game as it is, meaning no expansions, and I don't know if any will be forthcoming, I wouldn't play the game for longer than it is. But for what it is, for the 35 to 45 minutes that it plays in, it's fast, it's fun and different, and it has an hilarious end condition that if two players are tied and truly tied, if the gold is tied as well, nobody wins. So at one point, if you are out of contention, you might as well try to make the two leading players tie in order to not lose the game. I like Shadow Throne. It was very different. The components do the job. The art is fitting enough, although not my favorite style. But the gameplay is solid. It's very different. You have to constantly change your strategy depending on how the single battle is going, because you will win at 15 points, which is basically 3 battles, maybe 4. Give it a try, and I think it's an enjoyable game. This was my review of Shadow Throne by Tilfristo, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. And if you like the review, please find out more on my YouTube channel. Consider subscribing. Otherwise, I have a list of my reviews on Board Game Geek as well. Thank you for watching. Feedback is very much appreciated. Bye.